This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. So yes indeed, status quo playing jazz. It's a bold claim, isn't it? You might even think that it's a tiny little bit clickbaity, but let me justify it. We've got, quite complex chords going on underneath the solo. We've got multiple scales happening throughout the solo. We've got hybrid scales, a mixture of different scales overlaid together. We're playing over individual chord changes in and out of all of the different chords. And it's even got that kind of jazz swing rhythm to it, like a triplet-based feel going on. So all of those elements are things that you'll find in jazz. And this is the solo that includes them all. Yes, indeed, the solo from Whatever You Want. And, I've given you a bit of a rundown of the kind of things to expect when you're tackling this solo. Let's have a look in detail at what's going on.
Solo explanation.
Right then, we'll bundle the lead guitar and rhythm guitar parts together as we go through for this one, I think. The rhythm guitar part, it's worth mentioning that if you listen to the whole song, on the intro you'll hear those arpeggiated chords where you can quite clearly hear the sixth string is drop tuned down to D. We may even be in an open G tuning. I haven't looked that closely at it, to be honest with you, but we've certainly got a low D note there. It's not making any difference at all to the chords that are going on underneath the solo because we don't go anywhere near the sixth string. What we've got is an E flat chord going to an F chord, and then back to an E flat chord, okay, like this. Now, the interesting thing is if I just play that E flat there like that, and the F there, so I can play the E flat just on those three strings like that and the F like that. Okay, underneath both of those E flat and F chords, we've got an F bass. Okay, either the F bass note or the bass player is kind of outlining an F chord, so we get this kind of feel. And it's technically that's an F 11th to an F major. What's happening here is I think it's Francis who's playing this solo, is interpreting that as being like an F blues riff, and he plays an F blues lead guitar part over the top of it, coming out the F minor pentatonic, like this, like that, just straight ahead minor pentatonic stuff. I'll do it slowly. And then more of the same as we continue through that little two chord thing there. Like that. And you can see we're coming up to here now, because what comes after that little E flat to F, E flat thing is a G chord. And over the top of that G chord, he interprets that as being like a G blues, and he plays G minor pentatonic over that. Pretty much the same licks as we played down here in F, so it's like that. Then we're into the second half of the solo where the chords get a little bit more, shall we say, typically status quo, with this kind of thing on a C chord. What does he do over that? He plays a mixture of C major and C minor pentatonics. C major pentatonic, C minor pentatonic, like that, to get this lick here, like that. You could find that just as easily in a Chuck Berry or an Eric Clapton solo, just mixing those two major and minor pentatonics together. After that C chord, we're on to an F chord. Again, let's make it a bit status quo like like that. What's he do over that? Well, he basically plays an F major pentatonic run like this. Like that, just straight ahead, F major, or you think of it as D minor if you want, pentatonic. Then we get an E chord. Again, let's do it as the status quo. Kind of thing like that. Well, he basically, it's like he's interpreting this part of the solo, this C and F part of the solo and the E chord that comes after it, as being sort of centered around a C major tonality, and he plays a C major scale. Like that. F, E, D, bend the C up to the D, back to the C, then the B there. If you had, you know, that's all happening over that E boogie shuffle. If you had, you know, a 5-minute backing track of that, then you wouldn't kind of sit around on that kind of lick for it, you know, pretty much at all for that. But because of the context that it's in here, where we're kind of coming out in this part of the solo from a C major tonality, it kind of works and just adds any sort of, dare I say, wrong notes don't sound wrong, they just sound a little bit spicy and add a little bit of tension to proceedings. So putting that into context, you're getting... And as you can hear, it works fine. Then the chords that are coming after that, we've got a G chord played over an A bass note, going to an A chord, so which that's sort of functioning again like an A blues kind of thing. You know, you could easily play a bluesy kind of thing over that. And that's kind of what he does. Because what he does is you can think in terms of position 4 of A minor pentatonic here as a justification for this, if we want some kind of framework to pin it on. But what he's doing is just basically 2 notes, that D note there being bent up to the E. And then, you know, and then back into the main riff of the song. So that's what's going on in this status quo solo. Lots of nice chordal sort of ideas here. You know, playing you know, dominant 11th chords, that F with a bass note with an E flat on top of it. That kind of thing. Same sort of thing here. Like that. It's not the kind of thing you associate primarily with Status Quo as a band. And also, you know, playing to the chord changes when we're playing over that F blues thing. You know, he's playing that kind of stuff, and then when it goes to a G, playing to the G tonality there, then when it goes to the C, playing to the C tonality, it goes to the F, playing to the F tonality. So, you know, he's kind of playing to the chord changes. Again, not something that you associate with Status Quo. Playing to the chord changes is something that you would usually expect in a conversation about jazz, but it's happening here as well. So, now you know all about it, go away and have some fun with it. And as always, there is a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo, that explanation you've just seen there, and a backing track to play along with it for yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is downstairs in the description. $3 a month or £2.50, and you get access to all of these additional goodies and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive heartfelt thank you to everybody who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and entertaining in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, as I'm sure you know, at 5 PM every Friday UK time. We drink beer and we talk music and guitars for an hour or thereabouts. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.